Welcome to a gathering of classic iron and the 39th annual Back to the 50s weekend.
Well, it's become a little more than a gathering. Nearly 12,000 cars and trucks fill the Minnesota State Fairgrounds. And all these cars from the 50s and 60s, it makes me want to get down and boogie-woogie, Daddy-O.
Like many of the great car clubs, the Minnesota Street Rod Association, or MSRA, began in the late 1960s as a bunch of guys getting together and talking about what else? Their cars. No one thought it would ever be this big.
It just kind of fed on itself, and a chance to see a lot more different cars than we'd ever seen before, you know, and meet other guys from other parts of the Twin Cities, the whole metro area. Well, that happened, and then out-of-state guys started showing up.
What started out as 12 guys, the MSRA has grown to more than 13,000 members worldwide. And as for the Back to the 50s, over 125,000 spectators and 11,800 cars. Easily the largest three-day car show of its kind in the world. And it is just that, a show. No competition, just the love of wheels, fins, and people.
We all enjoy our cars. We're nuts, I guess. People say, what are you guys crazy? We are. We're car crazy. I shouldn't say that, but we are.
So what kind of rides are here? Everything. And I mean everything. The only rule? The autos must have been built by 1964. And sorry, no Mustangs allowed. Other than that, anything goes. How cool to see so many wonderfully maintained modern classics, cars you rarely see on the street anymore, like these Ford Galaxies, or maybe it's cars that no one has ever seen before.
You wouldn't miss it. It's just like in your blood now. If it isn't a car, it's the people, it's the parts, it's the food. It's just so much fun you can't explain.
Connie Murphy drove her 1956 Chevy Nomad all the way from California for the 5th year in a row. For her, just getting to Minnesota is an experience.
Oh, it's wonderful. You get on the road and it's so much fun. It's like a car show from there to here. Every year the car gets older, more people wave, and it's like a little car show every gas stop.
We happened to stumble on one of the few Europeans present, John Mayer's 1961 Triumph TR4.
It kind of gives people something different to look at, and you know, they're kind of, and a lot of people remember this car from back in the 60s and 70s, and you don't really see them that much anymore.
Oh, and that love I was talking about before, it goes way beyond just showing off your car. And the Newlyweds Drive-Away ride? What else? A street rod. The groom's own 1926 Ford sedan. Thanks to Brent Albert and the Igniter's Youth Rodders, even the pint-sized fans get pumped up about the golden age of American cars.
My big thing is I've been trying a big advocate to get the youth in this car hobby and keep the hobby going.
But it's still the seasoned vets who Brent and the younger members look up to.
Meeting these older members have been just great. Hearing the old stories of the past that I haven't had a chance to live have just been great.
Oh, it's unbelievable. Every year, it's a momentum thing. You know, people tell their friends and they say, you got to go to the Back to the 50s.
The Back to the 50s show has it all, besides the cars, of course. From older friends and family to new friends and family. But it's about the fun all weekend long. It has these people coming back year after year.
And before we left, I decided to leave the Back to the 50s crew with a bit of MotorWeek's legacy. There's no way to catch a glimpse of every car at the show, but that's all the more reason to return to St. Paul and drive back in time next year.